Hey there, I'm Lance and I'm a gamer.
And I'm Sam and I'm a non-gamer.
And we are Love to Hate, where we help gamers find great games to play with non-gamers.
And today we're taking a look at Arguable Truths.
Arguable Truths is a game that is coming to crowdfunding here in the very near future, so check out the link down below in the description of this video to check out the campaign page once you've watched this video. We do want to thank the folks who created Arguable Truths as they helped sponsor this video. Now, this is a party game for 4 to 8 players in which you are going to be doing your best to argue what is on your particular card, trying to convince the judge that you are right. And if you're not the person that's doing the arguing or the judge, then you are an objector and you are trying to convince the judge that the presenter is wrong and that you are in fact right. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for us. We're actually going to show you how this game works because it's so simple, and then we're going to share our thoughts on it. So we've got an overhead view here. We're going to go ahead and crack open this box. We do want to make sure you understand that everything you see here is prototype, so the final artwork components, maybe even some of the rules, might change once it's released from crowdfunding. You've got a lot of cards here. You have a 30-second sand timer. That's going to be very important throughout the course of the game. And you have some objection and rebuttal cards that are double-sided. You'll want to make sure that everybody gets 3 of these to play with throughout the course of the game. Then you've got lots and lots of arguable truth cards. We're going to go ahead and take a stack of them out here, and you want to make sure that there's just a stack available for everybody at the table. You can set everything else off to the side because that's all you need for this game. Now, I say that if you have something to act as a gavel, like maybe your Mjolnir here, you might want that
meat tenderizer
to be able to just smack on the table when you're the judge. That's not necessary, but it's a lot of fun if you have something like that. How this game is going to work, you're going to have roles in the game. You're going to have one person who's going to be the presenter, you'll have one person be the judge, and then everybody else is going to act as objectors in the round. And those roles are going to rotate as you play the game. The presenter's job is to draw 3 cards off the top of any stack of truth cards, to look at the 3 cards that they've selected and choose one of them that they're going to play for that round, setting the other 2 off to the side. The one card that you've selected, you'll read out loud to everybody, such as "Jello makes the meal," and you'll set that in front of all players. You'll start the 30-second sand timer, and then the presenter has 30 seconds to formulate what kind of argument they want to make in regards to this truth. And you want to try to convince the judge that your argument is true. And after those 30 seconds are over, you'll flip the 30-second sand timer again, and then you'll have 30 seconds to make your argument. At any time during your argument, one of the objectors can yell out, "I object!" and play one of their cards face down on the table and turn the 30-second sand timer sideways, pausing the time, and then they'll make an objection to the judge as to what the presenter's wrong about. The presenter can respond back to that, and the objector can make a rebuttal, playing another card with the rebuttal side showing, and respond to what the presenter is saying. And this can continue on as many times as an objector wants to play a card, but once they're out of cards, they can't say anything else for that round. At the end of all of that interchanging, the judge has to make a ruling, whether to sustain or overrule the objection. Once they've decided, you'll start the 30-second sand timer again, and the presenter will go on with their argument as to why Jello makes the meal. Any other players could play their objection cards if they want to throughout that course of the time, but once the 30-second sand timer is up, the judge has to make their ruling. Destroy our table here. At which point the judge decides who is right. If it is the presenter, then the presenter gets to claim the truth card. However, if the objectors were found right in the judge's view, then the truth card will remain in the center of the table. And that will be the case for any other cards that are awarded to the objectors throughout the course of the game. But once there's an equal number of truth cards in the center of the table as there are objectors in the game, then those truth cards are divided up evenly amongst the objectors at that specific point in the game. So you might have been an objector when a card got awarded to the middle, but then maybe you weren't an objector when there was enough to split the pot. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now in this game, it's all about trying to get those truth cards, and you can play to whatever your heart's content as far as those truth cards go. The rules do specify that if you are playing with 4 to 5 players, you want to play till someone gets 3 cards. 6 to 8 players, you can play till someone gets 2 cards. But really, that's all there is to this game. So now that we've explained it to you, we're going to share our thoughts on this one. So Sam, what was it like for you playing Arguable Truths?
I mean, I think party games are always good for non-gamers and for mixed company and things like that. So we actually took it to dinner with us. So it's an easy game to travel with, and you can make it as long or as short as you want. So we had a lot of fun with it, playing with our friends. Yeah,
and I think the truth cards, they're varying enough. There's a lot of degrees of some that are easier to argue, some that are more difficult to argue, which is why it's a good thing that you get to draw 3 cards and pick one to play. Now there is a hard mode where you just draw 1 card and you're stuck with whatever you've got, such as 10 foil hats protect your brain from wicked thoughts. You got to go with that. And so they're just fun little quirky statements that you've got to work with and work on the fly.
I think it would make a good like icebreaker game.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's going to get a lot of discussion. I mean, that's just the nature of the game. So if you're looking for a good social party game, I mean, this has got it. This has got that social factor to it. And even though you're arguing, it's all in good-natured fun. I mean, you don't have to believe the things that you're arguing about, and you can be as silly or goofy as you want. I mean, you're trying to argue to the judge, right? So that's a fun thing. You want to try to figure out what that judge is going to weigh on. One that you think would probably work well for non-gamers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think this has got a lot going for it. I mean, the box says ages 10 and up, so I think you could pretty much play this with almost just about anybody.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to like. I love the look. I love the artwork on the box. I hope they do keep that with this, even though this is a prototype, but I like the way it looks. It stands out. Really nice game here, guys. If it's something that you might be interested in, again, make sure to check out that link down below in the description of this video. And while you're down there, leave us some comments on it.
Make sure to like and subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.